Any questions? No? Cool. Okay, cool. Right, let's get underway then.
Welcome to this Wetfish Films production. Today we are wreck diving on the Kyarra at Swanage with Swanage Boat Charters UK. I am Tony Howells, the filmmaker. The Kyarra, possibly one of the most dived wrecks in the UK. A little about her history. She was 6,953 tonnes, a steel cargo and luxury passenger liner built in Scotland in 1903. For the Australian Steam Navigation Company. Construction and launch. The Kyarra was built in Dumbarton by William Denny and Brothers and launched on the 22nd of February 1903 on the River Clyde, Scotland. Her name was taken from an Aboriginal word for a small fillet of possum fur. Career. For 10 years, the Kyarra sailed between Fremantle, Western Australia, where she was registered in Sydney, New South Wales, carrying cargo and passengers. She sailed under the flag of the United Steam Navigation Company Limited of London. On the 6th of November 1914, she was requisitioned in Brisbane and converted into a hospital ship, the HMAT A55 Kyarra, for the purposes of transporting the Australian medical units to Egypt. The hull was painted white with a large red cross on the side. She carried a full staff and equipment of number 1 and 2 general hospitals, number 1 and 2 stationary hospitals, number 1 clearing hospital. In March 1915, Kyarra was converted into a troop ship. Commonwealth control ended on the 4th of January 1918. A little about her sinking. On the 5th of May 1918, Kyarra was sailing from Tilbury to Devonport to embark civilians and passengers and take on board a full general cargo. However, she was sunk by a German submarine, U-57, near Swanage and was lost with 6 lives on the 26th of May 1918. The captain of UB-57, Johannes Loss, died at sea aged 29 near Zeebrugge on the 3rd of August 1918. The last contact he made with the base was on the evening of the 14th of August 1918. At the time, UB-57 was homebound. She was believed to be in the Sandiet Bank area in the east of the Straits of Dover. It was thought she was hit by a mine and lost. SS Kyarra was discovered in late 1960 by members of Kingston and Elmbridge British Sub-Aqua Club, which later bought the wreck. The wreck lies 1.6 kilometres off Anvil Point in around 30 metres of water, depending on the tide. Brian, the boat skipper of Mary Jo, stands behind us and calls 3, 2, 1, go. His attention to detail is amazing and he makes you trust his judgment and knowledge. After all, he's also a diver. This is the critical phase of the dive, the entry and descent, when you need to clear your ears and mask, check your buddy is with you, check your gear at the bottom, and inflate your suit as you go. To stay neutrally buoyant, and make finning and diving as easy as possible for you to manoeuvre. The halfway buoy. This keeps the descent line from tangling in the wreck and being lost. You can see the wreck as I do. I let go of the descent line and drift down. Visibility is around 8 metres and the sea temperature 18 degrees centigrade. The wreck just below me is at around 27 metres and we will be on the crushed down port side of the wreck. At this point, a few checks start. Buoyancy, so we are neutral, and it is sustained through the dive. Les switches on his lights. We just take a few moments to ready ourselves and get everything where it should be. Then we head off towards the Kyarra's bow. There is a slight current from behind, so I signal, as dive leader, the direction to make it easy to fin and sustain our limited air supply, making the dive as easy for us both as possible. Compared to most ships, the Kyarra is massive. Remember, it carried passengers and cargo, and was reasonably luxurious for its day. As you can see, every surface of the wreck is covered in light. Nothing is left to chance. You rarely get to see as much of the wreck as this. The visibility can be poor at the best of times. But today it is absolutely magnificent. To my right you see two large bollards. These would have been used on the Kyarra when she was tied up alongside the dock when in port. This locates us just in front of the midships, so in essence halfway along the ship. accompanied for almost all of the dive by a large shoal of mainly poor cod with the odd bill, very common fish on UK wreck dives. The shoal is large, as you can witness. Another member of our group from the Mary Jo investigating the contents of the inside of the wreck. What I think is a winch, and definitely another bollard. These would have been in daily use when the ship was in port. A computer and gas check, just to see how things are going. I've dived with Les Roos, my buddy, and know both he and myself have similar breathing rates at this depth, so little or need to worry or stress. We're on schedule. Here is some sort of cargo, what looks like a large box of broken tiles, but I'm really not sure. I am a diver who doesn't like to disturb wrecks, especially ones where people have died. I try very hard to treat wrecks of this nature with reverence and respect, and hope others do so too. You'll be lucky if ever you see 4 divers in a single piece of underwater film in the UK. I'd never seen it before in all the years I'd dived, but here we all are. The wreck seems vast, I think you'll agree. It is in diving terms. It's 415 feet long, 52 feet wide and has a draft, i.e. depth in the water, of 31 feet. It's laying on its starboard side, the right, and we are travelling towards the bow, the front. It stands clear of the bottom by about 20 feet in places, sometimes a little more. Les, as you can see, is like myself. He's always poking around inside to see what he can see. The wreck, now over 100 years old, is fragile, and we need to be careful, as we don't know what we might dislodge and get ourselves trapped inside. Being careful is the order of the day when diving at this depth, or to be honest, any depth. We are coming to the end of our bottom turn. A quick computer check shows this, but we're still okay and have a little time left before any decompression and safety stops are required. All automated and managed by a computer these days, making life very easy for us divers. It's time to go and our safety stops await. I release the buoy and off we go up to the surface to 6 metres, where we do our mandatory safety stops, and then we're picked up by the boat and off we go back to shore. Thanks for watching this wetfish film. We were diving the Kyarra at Swanage, UK with Swanage Boat Charters, with thanks to Brian at Swanage Boat Charters, Kyarra.com, Les Roos, my buddy, Density and Time, Jesse Gallagher and Dan Hennig for their music. I am Tony Howells, filmmaker. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as we did diving, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.